All the mundane intellectuals, mental speculators, or perfectionists in any field of activities has the topmost desire to be on the top of this cosmic manifestation. They want to be supreme in gross forms of perfections or in subtle forms of perfections. Some so-called yogis or gurus has also the same superiority complex to become the top of the world, to control everyone and everything. They may try to be supreme by their mundane limited perfections, but it's impossible to maintain it for eternity. Especially in the Dhyana Yoga system or in the Ashtanga Yoga system, there are 8 mystic perfections known as the Ashta Yoga Siddhis. First is Anima. Anima comes from the word Anu, means atom. It is the ability to reduce the size of the body, even sometimes to the size of the small atoms. It's the power to become smaller than the smallest. Second is Mahima. It comes from the word Maha, means great. It's the ability to assume the gigantic form, becoming larger than the largest. Third is Laghima. It comes from the word Laghu, means the lightest. It is the ability to make one's body very light, to become lighter than the lightest. Fourth is Prapti, means to obtain or to have got. This is the ability to acquire anything from anywhere. Fifth is Prakamya, the ability to achieve any dream or anything in the material scope of nature. Sixth is Isita, means the lordship, the power of temporal lordship over this entire material creation, and he can simply, by his will, can create or destroy this material creation. 7 is Basita, means the ability to control anyone and anything in the scope of this manifested material nature. 8th is Kambasaita. It permits one to have the greatest wonder because it can contradict the material nature also, and it is the highest of all mundane yogic perfections. Of course, one can derive a great amount of temporary material pleasure by performing such great yogic perfections, but ultimately it's miserable and temporary at the end. Why? Because everyone has to die naturally, and all the perfection will be finished after the death of the person. So it's temporary. All these material perfections are imperfect in reality. Why? Because these are coming or dependable on the 5 elements of this material nature, which are by nature subject to creation and annihilation. That's why it's temporary and miserable also. By possessing all these mystic perfections is the source of all misery. Because by all these mystic perfections we can achieve also all the anarthas, means the unwanted things which can create misery and unhappiness in our heart. They are Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Mada, Moha and Matsarya. One cannot surpass these 6 material imperfections, which is the main source of misery and unhappiness in this material world. So, it's just a magic to show the material perfections. Only the spirit is transcendental to all these material elements or material yogic perfections. This absolute spiritual perfection can only be obtained by practicing the Bhakti Yoga, the loving devotional service to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna only. Because Bhagavan Sri Krishna is the only person who is the source of everything spiritual or material. This supreme perfection can only be attainable by simply chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra in this Kali Yuga, the age of quarrel and hypocrisy.